Thank you all for coming back on time so we can proceed with our next panel. Lynn Goldman is momentarily tied up on a call, so I'm sort of filling in for her to introduce the next panel, number 4. This morning we talked about some of the benefits of data sharing and some of the risks. What we want to do now is to talk about sort of a best practices session as to how we can actually achieve what we want, the benefits that and get the benefits we want with minimizing the risks. It seems to me, in a sense, this is the heart of the issue. And for that, we have exactly the right panel to discuss that, exactly the right panel. Yeah, and we're very lucky. No, it's not a question of luck. It's a question of the panel that designed the program, identifying our speakers. The first of those is Edward Sondick, who's the former director of the National Center for Health Statistics of the CDC. And there he directed programs both in Maryland and in Research Triangle in North Carolina. And he has he served as director for many years and has also served as the acting director of the National Center for Public Health Information. Next we have Dan Greenbaum, who is the president and CEO of Health Effects Institute, where he heads HEI's efforts to provide decision makers with high quality, impartial, credible science about the health effects of pollution and of other items, diesel exhausts, all air toxics and the like. Very known quantity in this area. Linda Birnbaum is known by everybody because of her role as director of the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences and the director of the National Toxicology Program. And she oversees, of course, an enormous amount of federal funding in the area of health and particularly biomedical research. And then we have George Daston. He is a Victoria Mills Society Research Fellow at the Procter & Gamble Company, and his current research efforts are in the area of toxicoeconomics. That's a tough one. And mechanistic. Would you change your field for me? I would appreciate that. And mechanistic toxicology. And he particularly addresses how findings in these fields can improve risk assessment for chemicals and the development of non-animal alternatives. He had a chance to talk a little bit at lunchtime, and it is an interesting story of a very large company seeking to stay ahead in this area of addressing toxic substances in our society. Let me remind the speaker that Kathleen will hold up signs when you have 2 minutes left, and another colored sign when you have 1 minute left, and then the hook. And let me say that for those who are online and on the webcast, please continue to send any questions that you have, and we will try to handle them as they come in. And with that, let me turn the microphone over to Edward Sondick.